Hello student, myself Digant Sakhiwala. I am your science sir. Today we will continue chapter number 6 tissue. Dear student, last time we learned about the plant tissue. Today we are going to learn about the animal tissue. Dear student, animal tissue is divided into 4 categories. Okay, so its classification according to that, they are epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue and the nervous tissue. Dear student, after that epithelial tissue is divided into further category like squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium and glandular epithelium. Okay. After that we have the muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is divided into the 3 category. One is the unstriated tissue, striated tissue and the cardiac tissue. Dear student, connective tissue is divided into the different category. First is the proper connective tissue, skeletal connective tissue and the fluid connective tissue. Proper tissue is divided into the 2 category. One is the loose tissue, another is the dense tissue. Loose tissue is divided into 2 category, areolar tissue and the adipose tissue. Dense tissue is divided into 2 category, that is called tendon and second is what? Ligament. Second category in the connective tissue, we have skeletal tissue. Skeletal tissue is further divided into bone and cartilage. And the third category of the connective tissue is fluid. Fluid is divided into 2 categories, blood and lymph. Okay. Dear student, nervous tissue is the last category. Okay, it has not further classification. The animal cells are grouped together to form the animal tissue. So we know that how the tissues are formed when the cells are together. Okay, they make the tissue. So like that animal tissues are formed. This tissue vary in their structure, function and origin. So these tissues are vary according to their structures, origin and the function. The animal tissue divided into the epithelial, connective, muscular and nervous tissue. We already know epithelial, muscular, connective and the nervous tissue. These make up all the organs, structures and other contents of the body. So it make all the organ, structure and the other content of the body. Today we will continue chapter number 6 tissue. Dear student, today we are going to learn about the animal tissue. In that we are going to learn about the epithelial tissue. Okay, epithelial tissue is divided into subcategory like squamous epithelial tissue. Then we have the columnar epithelial tissue. We have cuboidal epithelium tissue. Okay, so in that we will learn more in detail. Okay. Epithelial tissue, the covering or protective tissue in animal body are epithelial tissue. So generally we can say that it is a covering or protective tissue. Okay, they are the epithelial tissue. Epithelium cover the most organ and cavities within the body. So it covers the most of the organ. Okay, so whenever we see any organ or our face in the mirror, then also we can see that most of the organs are there, or most of the body parts are there, they are covered by what? Epithelial tissue. It also form a barrier to keep different body systems separate. Okay, so different body in that different systems are there, different organs are there, that is separated by the epithelial tissue. The skin, the lining of mouth, the lining of blood vessel, lung, alveoli and kidney tubules are made up of epithelial tissue. We can see that skin, the lining of mouth, the lining of blood vessel, the lung alveoli and the kidney tubules all are made up of what? Epithelial tissue. Now dear student, function of alveoli is to what? It exchanges oxygen and carbon dioxide from the blood. Okay, so in our body whatever pure oxygen is going, that is going in the lungs, and by the alveoli it is going to the different part of the body through blood. Same way alveoli also carry the carbon dioxide from the different organs by the blood to the lungs, and after it is going outside to the atmosphere. Function of kidney is to purify the blood. Okay. Epithelial tissue are tightly packed and form a continuous sheet. They have the only small amount of cementing material between them and almost no intercellular space. So first thing is that it has no intercellular space. Okay, and in very small amount of cementing material are present, and epithelial tissue are tightly packed and form the continuous sheet. Okay. The permeability of the cell of various epithelia play an important role in regulating the exchange of material between the body and the external environment, and also between the different parts of the body. Okay, permeability means what? It control the different component to go from one part to another part. Okay. The permeability of the cell of the various epithelial play important role in the regulation of exchange of materials between the body and external environment. So when the exchange of material take place between the body and the external environment, in that it play the major role. Okay, because it work on the permeability. So some selected compound is allowed to come inside or go outside. Okay, so it has that permeability. And also between the different parts of the body, even in the different part of the body, it allows some matter or some material to come inside or to go the outside. Regardless of the of type, all epithelium is usually separated from the underlying tissue by a extracellular fibrous basement membrane. Okay, so regardless of type, all epithelium is usually separated from the underlying tissue by an extracellular fibrous basement membrane. They are divided into simple squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium and cuboidal epithelium, that is according to their shape. If they are single, okay, then they are called the squamous epithelium. Okay, according to Latin word from scale, the word come what? Squamous epithelium. Column type structure, then columnar epithelium, and cuboid type structure, then it is a cuboidal epithelium. In cell, living blood vessel are lung alveoli where the transportation of substance occur through a selectively permeable surface. There is a simple flat kind of epithelium. This is called the simple squamous epithelium. Okay, so generally in the alveoli, whereas the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide take place, what we breathe, that oxygen is going to the different part of the body by the blood. Same way, whatever carbon dioxide is produced by the respiration process, it come by the blood to the lungs, and after that it is going outside. So it is a selectively permeable. Okay, and they selectively permeable membrane are there, they made up of simple squamous epithelium. Simple squamous epithelial cells are extremely thin and flat and form a delicate lining. So they form the what? Very delicate lining. And epithelial cells are extremely thin and flat. The oesophagus and the lining of the mouth covered with the squamous epithelium. Oesophagus is called the food pipe. The lining is also made up of what? Epithelium, squamous epithelium. The skin which protect the body is also made up of squamous epithelium. Okay, so skin is there, outer skin is there, that is also made up of what? Squamous epithelium. Columnar epithelium, from the word you can see that they are column type, where the absorption and secretion occur as in the inner lining of the intestine. Tall epithelial cells are present. So in the intestine, tall epithelial cells are present, and where the absorption and secretion occur as in the inner lining of the intestine. This columnar, meaning pillar like epithelium, facilitates movement across the epithelial barrier. In the respiratory tract, the columnar epithelium tissue also has a cilia, which are hair-like projection on the outer surface of the epithelial cell. So somewhere in the respiratory tract where the respiration occur, in that columnar epithelium tissue has also a cilia. Cilia means what? Hair-like structure. Whenever you check about the structure of the paramecium, you find the hair-like structures are there around them. Same way, here in the respiratory system, columnar epithelium, they have the hair-like structure, and because of that reason, it is also called the ciliated columnar epithelium. Okay, hair-like projection on the outer surface of the epithelial cell. This cilia can move, and their movement pushes the mucus forward to clear it. Okay, and because of that reason, the cilia can move, and this cilia can move, and their movement pushes the mucus forward to clear it. This type of epithelium, thus ciliated columnar epithelium. So we can also say that columnar epithelium, in that respiratory system, if the cilia are present, then we can say that it is the ciliated columnar epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium, cube-like structure. Okay, so from that word is come what? Cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium with cube shaped forms the lining of kidney tubules and duct of the salivary glands, where it provides the mechanical support. So main function is to provide what? Mechanical support, where it provides the mechanical support. Lining of kidney tubules. Dear student, we know that function of kidney is to purify the blood and it make the urine. So excretory material is going outside by the body by the urine. And ducts of salivary gland, whenever we eat something, at that time in our mouth the saliva is produced, that is because of what? Salivary gland, and in that saliva amylase is present, and because of that reason whatever we eat, that will be easily digested, because that saliva convert the carbohydrate into the simple compound. So that is a function of salivary glands, where it provides the mechanical support. So main function is to provide the mechanical support. Epithelial cells are often acquire additional specialization as the gland cell, which can secrete the substance at the epithelial surface. Okay. Sometimes a portion of the epithelial tissue folds inward and multicellular gland is formed. This is the glandular epithelium. So it will form in such a way that its surface area is increased. So that type of epithelium are there, they are called the glandular epithelium. Okay, so gland is formed, this is called the glandular epithelium. Okay, you can see here sometimes a portion of the epithelial tissue is fold inwards. So in inwards they will fold and they make the glandular epithelium. Dear student, we are going to learn about the connective tissue, okay, which connect the one part to another part. So first is blood. Okay, so by the blood oxygen is going to different part of the body. Okay, as well as it carry the carbon dioxide from the different organ to the lungs. Second thing, it carry the nutrients. So it is example of connective tissue. Bones are there. Okay, ligaments are there, tendons, adipose tissue, areolar tissue, cartilage. These are all example of connective tissue. So we will learn one by one. Blood is a type of connective tissue. The cells of connective tissue are loosely spaced and embedded in a intercellular matrix. Okay, so they are embedded in the intercellular matrix, and the cell of the connective tissue are loosely spaced. The matrix like jelly, fluid, dense or rigid. So its matrix is like jelly, fluid, dense or rigid. The nature of the matrix differ in conductance with the function of the particular tissue. So the nature of the matrix is depend upon the what is the function of particular tissue. Blood has a fluid matrix called the plasma. So blood has a fluid matrix. Okay, we can say that liquid matrix, that is called the plasma. Okay, in which the blood cell, that is called RBC. Okay, red blood corpuscles and white blood corpuscle, that is called WBC, and platelets are suspended. So blood, in that mainly three type of particles are there. One is the RBC, that is called red blood cell, other is WBC, white blood cell, and other is platelets. The plasma contain the protein and salt and hormone. Okay, so plasma contain protein. Protein is a long chain of amino acid. Salt means not at our home salt is there. Okay, that is called sodium chloride or common salt. Salt means it is a mixture of acid and base. And hormones. Okay, hormones are called the chemical messenger, that you will learn in the higher standard. Blood flows and transport gases, digested food, hormones and waste material to the different part of the body. So what is the function of blood and why it is called the connective tissue? Because blood flows and transport the gases. Different gases are there like oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, oxygen is going from the nostril to the different part of the body, whereas the carbon dioxide is flowing through blood from the different organ to the lungs. Digested food. Okay, so it separates the whatever food in that nutrients are there, they are separated by the digested food, and the nutrients are going from different part of the body by what? Blood, hormones and waste material to the different part of the body, and urine is formed. Bone, it forms the framework that support the body. So bone generally it gives the support to the body, it prepares the framework. It also anchors the muscles and support the main organs of the body. It is a strong and non-flexible tissue. Main thing is what here? It is a strong and non-flexible tissue. So once it is not flexible, suppose we apply more pressure, some accident occur, then it may possible that it break down. Okay. Bone cells are embed in the hard matrix that is composed of calcium and phosphorus compound. So it is generally made up of calcium and phosphorus compound. Ligament. Two bones can be connected to each other by the connective tissue called the ligament. So two bones are connected by what? Ligament. This tissue is very elastic. It has considerable strength. Ligaments contain very little matrix and connect bones with the bones. So they are elastic as well as they are considerable strength, as well as we know that ligament join the bones and bone. Dear student, we are going to learn about the tendons. Tendons connect the muscles to bones. So what is the function of tendon? Tendon is a one type of connective tissue which connect the muscles to the bones. Tendons are fibrous tissue with the great strength but the limited flexibility. Here also you find that they have the great strength but what? Limited flexibility. Okay. Cartilage. Cartilage has widely spaced cell. So cartilage is also example of connective tissue and it has widely spaced cell. The solid matrix is composed of protein and sugar. So here the solid matrix is made up of composed of what? Proteins and sugar. Protein is a long chain of amino acid. You will learn in the 10th standard what is amino acid. Sugar, what we are using sugar, that is not the sugar. Sugar means here carbohydrate. What we are using sugar, that is called the sucrose. And here the sugar is there, that is called carbohydrate. Carbohydrate means what? The compound which is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Cartilage smoothens bone surface at the joints and it is also present in the nose, ear, trachea and larynx. Okay. So here whatever windpipe is present, okay, that windpipe is called the trachea. Voice box is called the larynx. Okay. We can fold the ears but we cannot bend the bones in our arms because ears are flexible, okay, whereas bones are not flexible. So if we try to bend the bones, then maybe fracture may take place. Areolar connective tissue. Areolar tissue is found between the skin and muscles. So it is generally found between the skin and the muscles, around the blood vessels and the nerves and in the bone marrow. So it is also found in the blood vessels, in the nerves and it is present in the bone marrow. Okay. It fills the space inside the organ. So in the organ whatever space is there, empty space are there, that is filled by the areolar connective tissue. Support the internal organs. Internal organ is supported by what? Areolar connective tissue and help in the repair the tissue. Also it is useful to repair the tissue. Adipose tissue. Fat storing adipose tissue found below the skin and between the internal organs. It is found between the below the skin as well as it is found between the internal organs. The cell of these tissue are filled with the fat globules. Okay, so it is filled with the fat globules. Fat drops of the fat are there. Okay. Storage of fat also let it act as an insulator. Storage of fat also let it act as an insulator. So dear student, we have three type of any matter are there. One is conductor, okay, which can pass electricity or heat energy, they are called conductor. Which cannot pass heat and electricity, they are known as what? Insulator. So here this part is also act as a insulator. Third thing, we have semiconductor, which can half means they have both the property of conductor and insulator, they are called the semiconductor. Dear student, we are going to learn about the muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is divided into the voluntary muscles, okay, and second is the involuntary muscles, and third category we have, that is the cardiac muscle. So we will learn one by one. It consists of elongated cell, also called the muscle fiber. This tissue is responsible for the movement in our body. So muscular tissue is responsible for the movement in our body as well as they are elongated. Muscle contains special protein called the contractile protein, which contract and relax to cause the movement. So why the movement occur? The movement is occur because of the contractile protein, and which can relax as well as which can contract, and because of that reason the movement occur. Voluntary muscle. We can move some muscle by the conscious will. Okay, we can move consciously. If I want to go somewhere, then I consciously do that activity. So at that time voluntary muscle come in, do the work. Okay. Muscle present in our limbs move when we want them to and stop when we so decide. Such muscles are called the voluntary muscle. Okay, so whatever our requirement according to our desire, our muscles do work, our limbs do work. Okay, that is called that type of muscles are called the voluntary muscles. Just now I want to take the class, so my eyes, my hands and my leg, everyone do the work. So that is what purposely I am doing the work. So it is called the voluntary muscle. Where I want to stop, I will stop. Okay, so that type of muscles are there. They are called the voluntary muscles. These muscles are also called the skeletal muscle, as they are mostly attached to bones and help in the movement. They are also called the skeletal muscles because they are connected with the bones. Okay. Under the microscope, these muscles show the alternate light and dark bands. So whenever we see in the microscope, then we see the two type of band. Striation occur. First we can see the dark band, and other is the light band. Striation occur. So they are also known as the striated muscle. Under the microscope, these muscles show the alternate light and dark bands of striation when stained appropriately. So when we use particular type of solution to color it, okay, stain appropriately, so they are also called the striated muscles. So they are called the striated muscles. The cell of this tissue are long, cylindrical, unbranched and multinucleate. They have so many nucleus are there, so it is called the multinucleate. Okay, these tissues are long, cylindrical and they are unbranched. Involuntary muscles. Dear student, whenever we are eating the food or so many blood flow occur in the arteries to the vein and all, that is not in our hand. Okay, so this type of work is done by the involuntary muscles. Okay, involuntary muscles, the movement of the food in the alimentary canal or the contraction and relaxation of blood vessels are the involuntary movement. So they are also called the smooth muscles or involuntary muscles. Okay, so we can say that they are the smooth muscle or involuntary muscle for such a action which are not in our control or we do not know even. Okay, like blood is flowing in the different part of the body or heartbeat. Okay, heart pump the blood. So this type of muscles are there. For this type of activity, the muscles responsible, they are called the involuntary muscles. They are also found in the iris. Iris means what? You can see the dark part in the eye are there. Around that part is, outside the part is present, that is called the iris. They are also found in the iris of the eye. In the ureters, ureters carry the urine from kidney to the urethra. Okay, so urine is formed in what? Kidney, and after that it passes from the ureter to the urine is going to urethra. And bronchi of the lungs. So bronchi, in that what happened? First the bronchi is present in the lungs. Okay, after that they are divided into bronchioles and then after alveoli. So here the gaseous oxygen and carbon dioxide is exchanged. Okay, so bronchi is here important. Okay, in the bronchi of the lungs, involuntary muscles are present. The cell are long with the pointed ends. So we can say that they are the spindle shape. Pointed end means the cell are long with the pointed end, spindle shape, and unnucleated, having single nucleus. So they have the only one nucleus is present, so they are unnucleated. They are also called the unstriated muscle. So you cannot find here striation. Okay, so they are the unstriated muscles. Cardiac muscle. The muscle of heart show the rhythmic contraction and relaxation throughout the life. Okay, so automatically without our purposely not this movement take place. Okay, involuntary action are there. So contraction and relaxation continuously occur in the heart. These involuntary muscles are called the cardiac muscle. So particular related with the heart, that is called the cardiac muscle. Heart muscle cell are cylindrical, branch and unnucleated. They are what? Cylindrical, branch and the unnucleated. Single nucleus is present. Now dear student, we are going to learn about the nervous tissue. Suppose there are some changes are there in the environment, okay, like we can think about the sunflower. Whenever we observe the sunflower, then you find that sunflower change the direction when the sun rises, okay, and when settle down in the west direction, then it change the direction. So according to stimuli, organism show the response, okay, that we can know by the nervous system. Like by mistake I touch the hot object, then what happen? I immediately take out my hand because of what? Nervous system. And nervous tissue play the major role. All cells possess the ability to respond to the stimuli. In the case of sunflower, we can say that sunlight is the stimuli. Okay, when you touch something at that time, the hot object is your stimuli. Okay, so stimuli is different. Whenever someone doctor inject you injection, at that time what happened? Because of the injection, you have a pain. So that is called the stimuli. Okay, and your body shows the respond. Cells of the nervous tissue are highly specialized for the being stimulated and then transmitting the stimulus very rapidly from one place to another within the body. So something is occur in our body, then our body come in the action. Okay, that is because of the stimuli. That stimuli is going very fast to the spinal cord and give the message to the brain, and after that brain give the message that remove your hand. Like whenever I touch any hot thing, then within the nanosecond, very small second, okay, I remove my hand. Okay, that is, we can say that is because of the nervous tissue. Okay, and the stimulus is very rapidly from one place to another within the body. The brain, spinal cord and nerve cell are composed of the nervous tissue. So the brain, spinal cord, nerve cells are composed of the nervous tissue. The cell of this tissue are called the nerve cell or neurons. So what we can say that, you know that many specialized doctors are there, they are called neurologists. Okay, so neurologists are what? They are generally work on the nerve cell or neurons. The neuron consists of a cell body with a nucleus and cytoplasm from which long thin hair-like parts arise. So neuron consists of the cell body with the nucleus as well as some hair-like structures are there, and axon is also there. Cytoplasm from which long thin hair-like parts arise. Usually each neuron has a single long part called the axon. So you can see the long tail type part are there, that is called the axon, and nearly short branch part called the dendrites. So outside you can see the dendrites, hair-like structures are there, dendrites. An individual nerve cell may be up to a meter long. So it is the largest cell in the human body, it is a meter long. Many nerve fibers bound together by connective tissue make up a nerve. So we can see that many nerve fibers bound together by the connective tissue make up the nerve. The signal that passes along the nerve fiber is called the nerve impulse. So here whatever signal is passed, okay, the signal that passes along the nerve fiber is called the nerve impulse. So signal means what? Whatever stimuli are there, whatever messages are there, they are going to the passes from the nerve fiber is called the nerve impulse. Nerve impulse allow us to move our muscles when we want to. So whatever according to requirement, our muscles are moved because of what? Nerve impulse. The functional combination of nerve and muscle tissue is fundamental of the most animal. So here what happened? The combination of nerve as well as muscle play the major role. Okay, this combination enables animals to move rapidly in response to stimuli. So because of this reason, what happen? Animal can move in the direction of stimuli. Okay, like whenever there is a heavy rain are there, then what happen? Our brain send the message that find the place where we settle. Okay, where we can settle. So our body quickly give the response towards the stimuli. So many examples are there. Whenever we try to drink the tea and tea is hot, then what happen? Our brain send the message that now you drink the tea in the saucer, or keep it for the long time, then it is become a cold, then you drink. Okay, so that type of respond are there, that is called the stimuli. So this is all about the animal tissue. Thank you so much.